If we don't do something different right now, Americans are going to be in for a rude awakening. I mean, you probably thought you were awake before this, but this will be a different kind of woke. I get it. People are super stressed out. They watch videos and they read news and it's paralyzing them and they're just looking for some sort of hope. A lot of people feel like there's not much that they can do to affect a change in what's going on right now. I mean, that's even if they admit that something's actually happening. They'll just keep their heads down and work hard and they'll hope and pray that it's all going to be okay. But if they keep on doing nothing, they're going to be in for a huge wake-up call. These people, they're standing by frozen. They're allowing a slow theft of their freedoms. That's all while they should be using the power that they have to resist what is happening right now. Life still kind of feels normal to them, so they pretend like nothing's actually going wrong. They'll be the first one to cry the moment their freedoms are taken. I think I'm finally starting to understand that about them. Keep in mind that the US right now is run by a bunch of hateful men. They're insecure and they hate everyone and everything. They hate people who aren't rich like them. They hate people who don't look like them. They hate people who are better looking than them. They hate people who are stronger than them. They hate people who aren't them. And instead of working on their mental health issues, they just want to control everything. They want to control what you do behind closed doors, but they don't want you to notice what they do with children. They want to control how you use the internet and where you get to go, but they want to be able to keep their secrets. They steal from you, and then they criticize you for not having enough money. With all that in mind, we have to activate these people who are sitting on the sidelines, the ones who say that they're not political, the ones who've been paralyzed into doing absolutely nothing. I realize that they're probably just overwhelmed by everything, and I'm just trying to figure out how do we wake them up, and it has to be quick because we're out of time. I think we're at a point now where people hear what's going on and it kind of just shuts them down even more, which is exactly the opposite of what they need to do in this moment. We need more fighters, especially fighters in positions of power, people with influence. We need to see more courage. Gone are the days where speeches make a difference. We need to forget speeches now. We need to forget strongly worded letters. We need to forget appearances on cable news shows. These things don't work. Those types of efforts are just preaching to the choir. We need more people in the congregation. We need the people with visibility to be able to clap back and clap forward and clap side to side, clap all the way around. We need people who are able to fight in a way that's actually entertaining. It's a way so that they can drive people off of the sidelines and into action. They'll be able to shine a light in the darkness that a lot of people are hiding in. Frankly, we need more Gavin Newsom behavior. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a particular fan of Gavin Newsom. He's kind of slick, almost slimy, but that's the behavior that's actually working right now, and we need to take advantage of it. I'm really loving his approach these past couple weeks, and we need more people with power and visibility to do the same thing that he's doing, especially if we want someone different for our president. What I like about Newsom is that he trolls Trump like Trump. He posts in all caps, he signs off on his tweets, he thanks people for their attention to this matter. He does it all. Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed the deadline. California will now draw new, more beautiful maps. They will be historic as they will end the Trump presidency. Dems take back the House. Big press conference this week with powerful Dems and Gavin Newsom, your favorite governor. That will be devastating for MAGA. Thank you for your attention to this matter. GN. And then we have this.
What's going on with those posts on X that are clearly trolling the president? What? Can you just talk about that? Is that like a strategy?
I don't know. I hope it's a wake-up call to the President of the United States. I'm sort of following his example. If you've got issues with what I'm putting out, you sure as hell should have concerns about what he's putting out as president. So to the extent it's gotten some attention, I'm pleased. But I think the deeper question is, how have we allowed the normalization of his tweets through social posts over the course of the last many years to go without similar scrutiny and notice?
The reporters are criticizing him for behaving in a way that is normalized. Trump is the only one allowed to get away with this behavior? Absolutely not. Let's normalize what he has normalized. Maybe it'll take a while for us to get back to a place with decorum once this is all passed, but right now we need to get in the streets and get dirty, and this is what we have to do. We have people in positions of power who are expecting all of us to get out in the streets and protest and boycott and do all these things. This is what they need to do. Strongly worded letters don't work. They're clearly not voting in ways that they need to vote. Take back the power, and this is how you do it. What I also like about Newsom is he's making everything that he's doing official by using the official California governor's account. So just like with the president and how he does his tweets from the official president account, Newsom is doing the same, so it becomes record. Wow, tomorrow history will be made. Caroline Levitt will have no answers for the supposed fake media about California's beautiful maps. People are saying they are the greatest maps ever created, even better than Christopher Columbus's. Donald, the failure, Trump, be warned. Tomorrow may be the worst day of your life, all because you missed the deadline. Liberation Day for America, GCN. Donald Trump, the lowest polling president in recent history, this is your second to last warning. The next one is the last one. Stand down now or California will counterstrike legally to destroy your illegal, crooked maps in red states. Press conference coming, hosted by America's favorite governor, Gavin Newsom. Final warning next. You won't like it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Like it's so coded, Trump. And yes, I think Newsom is one of the few who could do this well, but I have some ideas on how other Dems can do it and make it their own. And Gavin sues just like Trump. He's suing Fox News over defamation. Fox host Jesse Waters claimed that Newsom lied about phone calls with Trump, and then Fox edited a video to support the statements that they were making, and Newsom's suing them. It's just so Trump coded, but now with Newsom, right? We let Trump normalize this behavior. So let's be normal. Let's participate. They are not the only ones who can do this. There are many people who are in politics who have charisma, and they need to use it, just like Trump did. Donald is finished. He is no longer hot. First, the hands, so tiny, and now me, Gavin C. Newsom, have taken away his step. Many are saying he can't even do the big stairs on Air Force One anymore. He uses the little baby stairs now. Sad. Tomorrow, he's got his meeting with Putin in Russia. Nobody cares. All the television cameras are on me, America's favorite governor. Even low ratings Laura Ingraham edits the tapes. Can't stop talking about my beautiful maps. You're welcome for Liberation Day, America. Donnie J missed the deadline. Whoops. Now I run the show. Thank you for your attention to this matter, JCN. For a Dem to do this, clearly the first step is hiring a savvy social media team. Elizabeth, I know you want to, but don't do it on your own. It's okay. Same for you, Chuck. Hire someone. You're not equipped, and neither are your interns. We need young people who grew up in these streets making these memes. We need mean people to do this, actually. People with a little bit of a mean spirit. That's who need to run your social media accounts. We no longer are you to stand in front of a camera and give us a 6-minute video that makes us want to click off within the first minute. We need excitement. You've got to forget the explainers. All the what happened was, we need to let it all go. What we need is to troll like middle schoolers. It's the only way we're going to get the people who are disinterested interested in what's going on. I'm looking for memes. I'm looking for trolling. We need a little bit of mocking, a lot of insults, all of that. And it just drives the drama, which drives the interest. We need to get off of the decorum train because it's not working. Channel your favorite political troll. I wish Rep MTG got on her knees for her Lord and Savior as much as she got on her knees for men who aren't her husband. Just another fake Christian, and you call yourself a Christian when your mouth is full of other men's. I may be Jewish, but at least I'm not a Jezebel. Good Lord. And then you have the right stuff guy.
So I can't have an opinion on abortion because I don't have a uterus, but I can be a woman without one? Got it.
You don't need to start this from scratch. Find the right-wing influencer who has a style that you actually appreciate, and everybody has one. Doesn't mean you have to like them. You just appreciate their style. I appreciate Laura Loomer's style because this woman is unhinged and she is cold and she just says what she wants to say. What I appreciate about Laura Loomer is she says what people are thinking. So you find your troll and deconstruct what they're doing and do it over with your voice and teach them a lesson about themselves. And this matters because it captures people's attention. You don't need to yell in the echo chamber anymore. What we need is to find people on the outside and bring them into the cause. Like, we should have adopted this. After 2016, we should have adopted this. When Biden came in, we should have released the Epstein files. I get it. Dems are in the files too, but it needed to be released. And now we're in the space that we're in. So desperate times call for desperate measures. Forget decorum. I don't know how many times I've said that so far, but forget decorum. This is for the people who don't understand what's happening, who choose to keep their head in the sand. You need to engage them in different ways. And if you make it entertaining, it pulls them out of that space that they're hiding in. It's an attention economy that we're living in, and the tactics we've used thus far are not geared to pull people into the space that they need to be in. And if you don't understand by this point what I mean, we're not looking for the people who disagree with us. We're looking for the people who have decided that they don't have an opinion. We need to have them. We need to help them create an opinion, and the right one. And frankly, if you have power and influence, doing this just demonstrates your willingness to fight. And it brings a sense of respect from the people within your echo chamber. Because frankly, at this moment, Dems aren't doing good. Nobody wants them. Their numbers should be polling so high right now, and they're right in the toilet. And there's some really great examples of Newsom just killing the game. This fascist cuck in DC continues his assault on democracy and the Constitution, and his attempt to replace the sovereignty of the people with autocracy. Sorry the Constitution hurt your feelings, Stephen. Cry harder. Harry Potter ended 14 years ago today. Then how is Voldemort in the White House? Voldemort is already cast and will appear in multiple episodes. To keep it a surprise, HBO has decided not to announce who has been cast as Voldemort. Congrats, Stephen Miller. POV, Stephen Miller seeing Trump tweet that he's backing off deporting hardworking farm workers for now. The right is all upset about what Newsom has said about Abbott. Greg Abbott, Governor Greg Abbott, who has no respect for anyone, not even people who are disabled.
Congressman Greg Abbott, who is in a wheelchair, and Newsom says he rolled over for Trump. That's almost as bad as Jasmine Crockett calling him Governor Hot Wheels. You know, we asked for a statement, and Newsom's office said something flippant like, you know, you're so woke, he'll get over it. Abbott will get over it. Your response to that?
While all the districts pay extra for groceries and everyday goods, the White House is excited to announce that the Capitol is creating a grand ballroom for opulent parties. May the odds ever be in your favor. It's so easy to do. You just have to want to try. Senator Padilla chose disrespectful political theater and interrupted a live press conference without identifying himself or having his Senate security pin on as he lunged towards Secretary Noem. Didn't identify himself. It's the first thing out of his mouth in the video. You've detained a mayor, a judge, a union leader, now a U.S. senator. You've deployed Marines on U.S. soil. If a president did this abroad, we'd have a name for it. Dictator. Newsom's not doing this himself. He's not on the phone making these posts. He has a communications team, and what they're doing really well is they're reacting fast and they're being really creative with it. If you're going to use AI, make a post like that. Their responses, they tend to be brazen, maybe brash, and they're making these viral moments that are attracting people who don't usually consider themselves to be political. They're not trying to save face. They're being unapologetic. For the Dems or anyone who wants to influence what is happening, we need to make sure that we're being unapologetic. If you don't like what Newsom's doing, try what Zoran is doing. He didn't troll, but he didn't capitulate either. When everyone was coming down on him about his views on Israel, he stood firm in his beliefs. He made Fox look stupid for criticizing him. So if you're uncomfortable with Newsom's strategy, use Zoram's. There are two ways that are clearly proven to be shifting things. You need to grab attention from outside the echo chamber. We're trying to put light in these areas where people are hiding, right? You also want to make sure that you're refuting the right. What I've noticed over these past few years is that Democrats are letting the outlandish become conversation. Now we have people being openly racist. This is behavior that was shameful 10 years ago. We need to treat ridiculous claims as ridiculous. I'm not going to respond to that because there is no response. We don't allow them to make ridiculous claims rational. There is no space for argument here. Your belief is trash. Get out of my face with that. No matter how much the right says facts over feelings, feelings are really what moves the needle. If they didn't, MAGA would not be what it is today, and we wouldn't be where we are right now. with this new type of online presence, we want to make sure that we don't belittle the powerless, and we want to make sure that we are standing up to power.